Hey guys, let's get straight into my video because there's just so much to unravel what's been happening this year already. We're only in June. I also would like to apologise if you hear laughter in the background. It's just my mum. I don't know what she's watching. To me, it's not funny what she's watching. Anyway, this year officially sucks already. And we're not even halfway through the year already. And it all started with the catastrophic fires here. Then the coronavirus, which, by the way, restrictions are easing further here at the moment. We can now hang out in groups of 20. We can actually go back to the gym, back to the cinemas, but you have to be in a room that's 20 or less. By the middle of next month, we could have 100 or less do social gatherings. So the restrictions are easing. And also, just quickly, Steven Universe Future looks like the finale will be premiering here on June 20, and I'm going back to the hospital next week because of my tailbone problem, and hopefully that'll be fixed. So that's that. Now to the main story of the night, or of this video. Number one, I respect news journalists everywhere, and their job is so difficult. Doesn't matter where you are. They have the most difficult job in the world, in my opinion, which is report the news without, problems surfacing. Unfortunately, we've seen the worst of it this week in the United States and tonight in Europe. So yesterday, or the other day, a couple of days ago, whenever you watched this video, in Washington, live on Australian television, an Australian journalist got assaulted. And her cameraman got assaulted as well. All because the police unlawfully wanted to move them on. It was a peaceful protest, so that the so-called president, he's not a president, he's a freaking idiot, wanted to have a photo up in front of a church. Absolutely pathetic. The problem here with this was that the Australian journalist was doing the right thing. She was just reporting live to morning breakfast TV, and the protesters were doing a peaceful protest. All of a sudden they exploded. Not only was she assaulted, you had someone, an NBC reporter in Seattle, get assaulted. Nearly assaulted, sorry. Had a, I think it was a explosive tear gas just missed her leg, I think it was. And then you've seen a CNN reporter get arrested in Minneapolis. A German newsreader almost get assaulted in Minneapolis. Arrested. Almost. And then just tonight in Europe, another Australian journalist got assaulted. What the heck is going on in our world right now? Seriously. And even worse here in Australia, we've just entered our first recession since 1991. 3 reasons: drought, the bushfires, and the early stage of coronavirus. But my point here is that journalists should be respected. They have the most difficult jobs in the world, and yet they've been assaulted this week for doing their job. It is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, particularly the one in Washington when that Australian journalist got assaulted. And the one in Europe tonight was also shocking. Because all she was doing her job, and all of a sudden she got attacked by someone. And London police arrested the guy who annoyed her. But this week has shown that it's time to cut the bullcrap. We need to stop the racism. We need to love one another. But we need to stop the racism. Seriously. This has gone far enough. And I stand in solidarity with every single one. Because this is hard. Don't get me wrong, this is hard to talk about tonight. Because I've been watching the news all week, and it is so hard to watch what is going on in the United States. Once a great country, in my opinion, has plummeted down the toilet in the space of 4 years. 2020 would be slightly better if the president lost the election coming up. And trust me, I'd be celebrating. Normally I don't talk about politics on here, but he's a freaking asshole, honestly. He should be apologising to Australia for assaulting our journalists in Washington. I just wish we had some good news. Unfortunately, the good news at the moment is being outweighed by the bad. I just hope those 4 officers in Minneapolis get what they deserve. If I was to judge their life, unless they still have the death penalty, but give them life in jail with no parole whatsoever. These are troubling times. We don't know what's going to happen next in the United States. We've just ended a recession. But at least we're on the road to recovery in terms of coronavirus. What will the rest of this year bring? I got no idea. But at least I know a couple of things, positive things are going to happen. 1, my hospital appointment. 2, Steven Universe Future. And yeah, those will be my next 2 videos. Being a bit more positive. My hospital appointment, which is next week, and then later this month, Steven Universe Future. Maybe the rest of the episodes in Australia. Hopefully it is, because it's been just over 2 months since North America saw the ending of it. So my hospital appointment is June 9, Steven Universe Future is June 20. And I wish my mum would stop laughing, but she can't help herself. Like every time I go to sleep, she keeps laughing at it. I don't know why. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry it was negative, but look, I'm pissed off. I am pissed off. This is the world we live in 2020. Love will always beat hate. But the problem is, some people don't care what others think. And that is bullcrap. And I'm autistic, as you all know, and I'm struggling to comprehend what the freaking heck is going on in this world. Just back in February, we had the Firefight Australia concert. In front of 75,000 people. That raised so much money. And then a couple of weeks later in Melbourne, we had 86,000 attend a women's cricket match. And all of a sudden since then, it has plummeted. But you know what? We've always got hope. That's the thing. love one another, pray. I don't care. I just hope the rest of this year is not as bad as what we've experienced in the first 5 and a bit months of this year. Because this is already the worst year in existence. And unless something dramatic happens in the next few years, this will always be the worst year ever. There's no question about it. Anyway, I will see you next week with my video about my hospital appointment because that's pretty important. Love yous all. See you later.